If you're sober curious or newly alcohol free, holiday parties can feel like the hardest part of the year. I get it. Everyone's drinking, traditions revolve around alcohol, and suddenly you're wondering how to stay sober without feeling awkward or having to explain yourself all night long. I've been there. It took me a couple seasons to fully get comfortable with being alcohol free during the holidays. I want you to know you're not doing this wrong and you're not going to be alone, okay? In this video, I'm sharing 3 simple, realistic ways to stay sober at holiday parties without feeling weird or deprived or like the odd man out, okay? These are the exact strategies I've used myself and the same ones I teach women who want to enjoy the holidays and still wake up proud of themselves the next day. So, today, first plan what's going to go in your cup and what's coming out of your mouth. If you do not plan before you go, it is very easy to trip over your words. And then that can kind of put you in a little bit of an anxiety spiral. So, this is something that I do teach, and it really does help. If you have this plan set up before you go, you will go lead with confidence, okay? That is all what it is about, is leading with confidence and to help you make it through these holiday parties. So before you go, choose what you're going to have to drink, and that can be an NA wine, it could be kombucha, sparkling water, coffee, iced tea, Coke, right? And if you're unsure what will be there, you can always bring your own. I'm going to tell you this though, if you're going to a situation where you're like, oh my God, I don't want to bring my own, like it's at like a restaurant or a bar, a work function, right? Where there's going to be a bartender there and you're not sure if they're going to have mocktails or any options, you can always, and this is coming from a person who used to bartend in her active addiction and her sober life, bring a recipe with you. Look up on Pinterest, like look up recipes, or if you know the ingredients yourself and it's not too, when I say complicated, I'm saying with the ingredients, we have to be realistic because please expect that sometimes that these bars will not have all these makeshifts or all these ingredients. Just bring a drink with the recipe, okay? You can tell the bartender like, "Hey, I know how to make it. Like if you have these recipes, or these ingredients, can you make this, right?" And they will do it. Trust me. You also want to decide what you're going to say if somebody offers you a drink, right? You don't need to make it weird or overshare your story. Not everybody deserves their story. So try this. I'm good with this tonight. Thanks. Or I'm not drinking right now, but I'm excited to be here. Again, you do not owe anybody any type of explanation, just a confident, simple response. Sometimes we get into our heads, and when we overcomplicate things, it can then sound like verbal diarrhea, and then all of a sudden you are sharing your story with somebody who doesn't deserve that, right? And I know you're probably thinking too, like, well, shouldn't I be honest up front? Well, one, if you want to, but if you're not there yet, you don't have to give yourself all away. Okay. And sometimes people think that they have to be upfront right off the bat at like day one, but you don't. You have to do in this journey, you have to do what feels right for you. Okay. Not something that maybe worked for somebody else and you're just not there. Also, too, I'm going to tell you that this environments, it is really when you start sharing your story, there is a time and a place to share your story with somebody you trust. All right. So when you have your drink prepared and what you're going to say, this and be confident in both, it is going to shift your internal energy where you are confident and ready to get through this night. Okay. Just trust me when I say this. People aren't paying as much as attention to your drink as you think. So instead of obsessing over what's in your cup, focus on why you're actually there, to connect, to celebrate, to be present. One mindset that truly has helped me is I'm here to remember the night, not escape it, right? Look for meaningful moments, real conversations, or even just taking it all in without the mental block. It's a total different kind of presence. And honestly, you will feel empowered being there that night and also to the next morning when you are waking up hangover free and you're not going down that spiral of like, oh my God, what did I say? Did I embarrass myself? Right? Like you're going to wake up and be like, that was fun. That filled my social cup. And I just proved to myself that I can make it through a holiday party without drinking. Tip number 3, and after. So This is the one most people forget, protecting your energy. If you've listened to the Sober Vibes podcast, you have heard me say this for since 2020. And I have lived in this state for a very long time. That was something I had to learn early on in my sobriety, especially that first year of protecting my energy and what worked best for me during my sobriety. Okay. Staying sober isn't just about saying no to alcohol, it's about saying yes to yourself. Seriously. Having an exit strategy is key. It's key. Your exit strategy, drive yourself, set a time limit plan. Okay. When I say this, I came up with this thing called the 60-minute rule many, many years ago. And that is giving yourself 1 hour to go and socialize and be there. An hour is just enough time to show yourself, to fill up your social tank, and then leave before possibly getting triggered. Because if you've ever been at a party, the beginning always starts off awkward with people socializing. And then as the hours, the hours increase of people being there and then the drinking increases, then all of a sudden you are like talking to somebody and they are on planet Pluto. This is no judgment. This is just facts of when somebody has had too much to drink. And I have been there, or then they're just repeating themselves, possibly sweating, and you are trying to conversate with somebody who really isn't on the same sober level as you. So that could be triggering. And also, too, that could also, when you stay past your internal threshold, that can start making you anxious. So, like, set a time limit. It could be an hour and a half. Okay. And just when you set that time limit, you're like, okay, I can get through this. I can do it. Right. And then also to make sure to check in with somebody as well who gets it, right? It could be an accountability partner, whoever, just a friend, a partner. And then after the party, that's when really kind of an emotional hangover can sneak in. It's an anxious spiral of like, did I act weird? Was I too quiet? Like, was I socializing? Because you have to remember when you get into the sober life, then there comes this thing of, especially too with an identity of like, if you were the party girl or if you used alcohol to bring out your personality, this takes some time to kind of rediscover your personality and who you are without alcohol. So, like, it is totally normal to, and a lot of people think, like, am I going to be fun without alcohol? The answer is yes. It just looks differently, but it takes some time to get through this process. Afterwards, kind of give yourself, kind of a soft landing, right? Like, get home, light a candle, journal, watch some type of cozy show that you love, or just go to bed feeling proud of yourself, right? And that is the key factor here. You are going to put yourself into this situation because I'm a person that when I got sober, it took me a couple months, that first year especially, but I still wanted to participate in life. And sometimes you do have to go through these situations, and the first 1 to 2 being a little bit awkward, but it's more you of learning how to relive in a world where it's very, very heavily induced and saturated with alcohol and where it has become the norm. So just remember that. You're going to go to bed proud and be like, yes, I did this. I just had a client who nailed 2 holiday parties back to back sober, and she did it. And she was very proud of herself. And I was proud of her for doing it too. And I remembered myself that first year of holiday parties I had to attend to. And it was good. And I was proud. And the next day I was like, I'm not spending it on a couch all day, dry heaving on myself because I was so hungover, right? So, and if you want a simple way to stay grounded, I created my free morning and nighttime routine guide that can help you. It's a workbook and it's really designed to reset your energy for the morning and night, set the tone for the day. And that is what really has helped me. One of the things that has helped me the most in my sobriety is really my intention in the morning and my intention in the evening, because that is what I can control of what I do. And it sets my intention for the day and moving forward. Okay. So if the holiday parties have been making you dread this season, take a breath and you've got options. Remember that. You can plan ahead. You can show up as your full self. You can walk out with peace and tact. And most of all, you can feel proud of how you showed up. So if you want extra support through that, grab my free morning and nighttime routine. You can check the link in the details below, in the comments below. Looking at all of a situation of during this holiday season. Wait, stop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.